E aí, Everton, boa tarde, mano. Hoje vai ser The Witcher ainda. Quero tentar zerar hoje pra ficar livre. Pra depois finalizar Assassin's Creed e começar outra série. Que isso? Pô, Everton, eu te tenho adicionado? Me adiciona aí. Alô? Clica aí no meu perfil, me adiciona aí. Você tá acompanhando? Você tava acompanhando, Isa? The Witcher 2? Ou você tá jogando? A gente tá, mano, muito próximo de zerar. Você começou a acompanhar ontem, sei lá, esses dias. Tá, deixa eu lembrar aqui o que eu tenho que fazer. Eu sei que eu tenho que ser preso. Chega prisioneiro a Filipe através dos esgotos ou seja preso. Deixa eu tentar, é só clicar no meu perfil ali que eu acabei de mandar um alô. Eu não lembro onde é os esgotos. Acabou minha poção. Ainda tá trampando muito isso. Sempre te acompanha. Ah, se eu nunca vejo você no chat, nem dá um oizinho. Ah, sempre acho que não tá. Eu lembro que antes você entrava e ficava tipo, mandava oi e ia embora. Agora já não sei. Qual God of War, o último que saiu? Ué? O cara tá vendo? O cara tá bugado ali. Ah, agora ele dá slow, ó, você viu? Agora ele toma slow. Agora o meu guard dá slow. Monta controle longe, bem eu. Com 2 projetos no trampo. Só. É tipo. Mas minha missão não marcou. E esse dog? Deixa eu entender aqui. Como que a gente vai entrar? queria jogar o último God of War, mas não tenho console. Caralho, que susto. Se você gosta de temática nórdica, você tem que jogar o The Witcher. Eu recomendaria jogar do 2 e depois do 3, mas a maioria joga só a partir do 3. Eu tava tomando banho agora antes de ligar a live, eu falei, mano, meu tempo tá exatamente contado tudo que eu tenho que fazer, tá ligado? Eu durmo 5 horas, aí trabalho 8, aí faço uma parte dos meus projetos por mais 2 horas, aí academia 2 horas, aí depois 1 hora desenhando. Tipo, sobrou, sei lá, 1 hora livre. Eu dormia mais.
Oh, be damned.
Caralho. Mano, onde tá esse... Pulou pra ir pro esgoto. Mas tipo... Não achei nem esgoto até agora. Tô dando dano porque eu tô com a espada errada. Nem essa espada tá dando dano mais. Tá... Ah, eu não curto muito correr na rua. Sei lá. Eu fico mais... Nossa! 44 de dano? Será que eu pego? Depois eu vou perder todo aquele bônus de vitalidade. Não vale a pena. Fico mais preocupado olhando em volta da rua do que... correr, tá ligado? De boa. Tem vergonha de correr na rua?
Let me guess. Behold, the mighty Numa, and I am his apprentice.
Way to spoil my fun.
The mighty Numa breaks the necks of bulls, bends iron bars, defeats everyone. Numa. His secret lies in the mushrooms and herbs cultivated in Ilanda and picked in the mornings by virgin priestesses. They can be yours for a very reasonable price.
Vamos ver o que eu posso jogar fora aqui. Queria correr na rua também, mas tenho vergonha. Ah, vergonha até que eu não tenho, mas sei lá. Acho que pra mim não é efetivo, tá ligado? Só correr. Preciso treinar. Eu corro ouvindo música, pensando nos problemas da vida, não dá nem tempo de a galera rir. É quando você parar pra pensar, tipo...
Welcome.
Já acabou. Já tá na hora de voltar pra casa.
Now you tell me. I don't work with sorceresses. This is no job for me.
What's going on? Are you about to fight?
The Conclave has forbidden dueling.
You can't just back out. We agreed.
Wait,
We
no.
have commitments to fulfill.
You did take an advance on your fee.
And I'm keeping it. Don't you follow me.
Academia não dá certo, eu vou, mas quando sair já compro
Witcher
lanche.
Geralt.
É, aí...
A sight for sore eyes you are. May we speak?
Aí não.
Didn't expect to see you again. Certainly not here.
Loch Muin is an intriguing place.
For scientists especially.
We've mounted a small expedition and require protection.
What kind of expedition are we talking about?
We have irrefutable evidence that Epte Henna's laboratory is located in Loch Muin.
We need an armed man to protect us from the filth in the sewers.
Ah, agora a gente vai pros esgotos.
The details you'll get from our employer.
A sorceress.
Let me think about it. Aí a gente vai poder ou seguir ele pra fazer a missão ou ser preso. Semana passada perdi 2 quilos, sexta-feira dei PT. Como assim PT? Comeu tanta comida mexicana que passou mal, é isso?
I know a thing or two about monsters.
Aí já perdeu mais uns 2.
What's this one's name?
I'm sorry, but we cannot disclose her name until you agree to join us.
Nice talking to you then.
Cynthia. Her name is Cynthia.
Eu fazendo drama. Ok, então, tchau. Ah, é a mina lá. Beleza, Everton, quando terminar a live eu adiciono.
What was Hannah doing in this city?
Everyone's heard of his 1,000 genie curse, but few know that he also had a penchant for the history of Lochmuin. He was particularly interested in the Vrans and their ultimate decline as a civilization. In his memoirs, he mentions that he left his archive here. That's how we pinpointed the location of his laboratory.
You did?
The sorceress did, in point of fact.
But we're the ones who know everything about Henna.
I wrote my dissertation about the man. To arrive at the laboratory, we must pass through the sewers.
Lutando pra mas tava bom pelo menos?
Remember that potion you gave me back in Flotsam?
Uma vez que eu fui, foi no meu aniversário, eu
How's the
acho que foi
experiment
coisa
going?
mexicana.
Noticed any side effects?
Or
Gostou pra
peculiar
caramba.
interactions with other potions?
Yeah, every time I mix it with vodka, my tongue gets hairy. All right, I'm willing to help.
You won't regret it.
Where do we start?
We've gained access to an ancient crypt where mages were laid to rest. It's beneath that tower. Our companions await us there.
Eu não sei uma expedição. Esse mapa tá estranho porque eu não sei onde eu posso andar sem arranjar briga.
So, are you a sorceress now?
It's not that simple. A pass is simply not enough.
E onde é
But
uma
Philippa
cidade
Ihart
sem
summoned
conflito?
me here for an important exam, so I hope to be one soon.
An exam?
A secret one. I'm not even sure how to prepare. I'm cramming intensely, everything bit by bit, just to be sure.
Good luck. Still willing to sell me potions and herbs?
I'm a student, aren't I? Every little copper counts.
Uma vez comi no trabalho com comida mexicana. E deu tudo certo com queijo ancho. Quando eu dou PT desconto na comida, amo coca. Eu acho que eu tô preferindo Fanta do que coca ultimamente.
I'm collecting information about the Wild Hunt. Help me out?
The Wild Hunt. A retinue of wraiths who speed across the heavens upon skeletal horses. Positive proof of its existence has yet to be proffered. However, no one is prepared to deny its occasional sorties into this world.
Proffered? Sorties?
That, at least, is what I remember from the lectures.
Vamos marcar isso. Pegar umas promoção lá do Groupon, sempre tem promoção no Groupon de comida mexicana. Se tiver mais alguém aí que quiser. Vamos ver o que ela tem aqui. Poção PP. Ver se dá pra vender alguma coisa aqui. É engraçado que essa armadura aqui tá como item de missão. Mas aqui ela não aparece. Tá, deixa eu olhar uma aqui. 55 de vida ou mais 3, 4 de dano mais 25 de vida? Vocês pegariam? Dá pra usar ela agora? Como assim?
How are things?
You're either very unobservant or very rude. I thought I'd meet some of my colleagues from years past, chat with them and reminisce, but they all turn their heads away and treat me like air.
Mages aren't known for being polite.
You're telling me. They threw me out of Banard the first chance they got. Must have beaten the Chancellor one too many times. They've all forgotten me and I believe I've had enough. I'm getting rid of the grimoires and amulets. I don't want anything to do with mages.
I'd like to cast an eye at those if you don't mind.
Sure. Cast both if you want.
Anything on the wild hunt in your collection?
I'd avoid the topic altogether. Nothing good has ever come to those who have delved.
I'll take my chances. I need to know why the wraiths carry off youths. What happens to them?
This knowledge has never been recorded, which does not mean it cannot be acquired.
Well, I'd like to acquire it.
In the chasms beneath Loch Muin, there is a sword that once belonged to an elf from the parallel world.
And nobody's gone to look for it?
There are mages who seek it still, but the sword is well concealed. They say he who handles it will understand the essence of the wild hunt. Could that be true, though? Come back for a game sometime.
Fala com o pessoal aqui,
Diddle
né?
yourself, pauper.
Tá estranha,
magic,
velho.
I tell you!
Nossa, olha a tanta missão que a gente tem.
Shatter your towers and crystal balls. Break your wands
Good day.
and burn your...
I'm Geralt.
Brass of Banard. I remember you from Thanad. I believe I saw you in Oxenfurt, too.
Seems we only ever meet on Elvenland.
Indeed. But I suspect you're not here to chat about elven ruins.
On the contrary, I find elven ruins interesting.
Do you really? Elven works are not half as interesting as gnomish ones.
But even ruined, Loch Muin is impressive. It must have been beautiful in the times of the First Conclave.
Everything was better before the war, as they say.
The sources. Those children that old Geoffrey Monk brought here to train in the magic arts must have walked around gaping at all they saw.
Somehow I just can't imagine Hen Gedimdeath as a small gawking boy.
You met him? Ah, right, on Thanad.
Cadê Isa?
His death was a terrible loss. Terrible. You see, Geralt, everyone complains about how the world is taking a turn for the worse.
Values are being compromised. The small is dislodging the great.
Exactly. But the events on Thanad truly marked the end of an era. The world grew up, losing its virginity in a rape.
What use are masters of magic and legendary heroes to a grown-up world?
They're of no use. That's the point. Today, people manage perfectly well without mages, witches, and heroes.
Yet not everyone understands that, and not everyone likes it.
You're so clever, you'll get in trouble. We'd best change the subject.
Então, falaram que as missões desse capítulo, que esse é o último capítulo que a gente vai jogar. Aí depois a gente vai zerar. Tipo, vai ter um prólogo pro The Witcher 3 e tipo, acabou. Mas falou que as missões desse capítulo
Actually, I'm
são
here
bem
because of your
curtas.
weapon expertise.
I'm no
Comparado
expert.
com o segundo.
You're the best swordsmith among mages.
I'm more interested in the cultural relics of other races, actually.
I'm going to need a solid cultural relic in my hand.
I guess the circumstances require...
Tá lavando roupa? Ou você tá pondo a roupa na máquina? Eis a questão.
Tell me what you know about those gargoyles that are bothering you.
They were servants of the
Olha lá, a gente
mages
já
who once
completou a
lived
missão
in
da gárgula,
Lockwood.
que a gente acabou de pegar ali no quadro.
But the gargoyles remain behind. They're still lethal. The quarters they guard are simply inaccessible.
I'm interested in the Wild Hunt. Any chance you know something about it?
No, birds are not exactly my speciality.
Thanks. Tell me what you know about those
They were servants that make the quarters.
Quanto tempo pra esse capítulo? Não sei, mas tipo... É tipo... Menos da metade do que a gente demorou do capítulo 2. O capítulo 2 a gente demorou, sei lá, deixa eu ver quantas horas a gente tem aqui de jogo. Ó, a gente tem 30 horas de The Witcher 2. Caralho, 30 horas já. Acho que 20 a 22 horas foi só do capítulo 2. Esse capítulo 3 é 5 horas, sei lá. Algo assim. Se eu jogar hoje o dia inteiro, talvez a gente zere. Mas eu não sei se eu vou aguentar e nem se vocês vão aguentar. Tem que falar a primeira vez com todo mundo no mapa, né?
What you staring at?
Smelled something awful. Thought it was dung. Now I see it's only a couple of Redanian dogs.
What was that?
Bloody bastard. You're about to feel a Redanian dog's bite. That's him!
Ih. Nossa. Roupa pra cacete, deixa eu acumular. Tô cuidando dos
What's
pets,
going on
da
here?
comida.
Enough!
Ih, vou ser preso. Ferrou.
Nothing worth your while. A little difference of opinion.
I could treat this as an assault on representatives of the Redanian royal delegation.
Yeah, you could. What would that entail?
A stint in the dungeon ought to calm you down. Then we'll see.
A stupid street fight, and you want to dump me in a dungeon with Philippa Eilhart?
Ah, we're not animals. A modest contribution to the order.
Caralho,
along with your
meteu
word of
louco.
honor that you'll not do this again.
A contribution in my word of honor or the dungeon.
Precisely.
Listen, Sir Knight, if you don't shut your fat mouth, I'll start.
Era justamente o que a gente queria, sem querer a gente conseguiu.
Bind this madman and lock him up with the witch.
Só tava conhecendo os NPC desse mapa e a gente conversou, só que a gente perdeu nossos itens, né?
You? Here?
The only problem.
What are you doing here?
I worked awfully hard to see Philippa Eilhart in chains.
I doubt you'll be so witty once we're standing side by side on the scaffold.
Unlike you, I've done nothing that would get me hanged.
To them, you're a kingslayer. I assure you, Radovid's torturers will make you admit to anything. Even intercourse with trolls.
Radovid's no idiot. He knows I'm innocent. Besides, I helped him once.
Radovid is a politician. He'd gladly show the world he's an avenger of fallen kings.
Sure, but before he does that, he'll gladly hear about your exploits in Bergen.
By aiding the rebels, I weakened Henselt's position, and that's of paramount importance. Radovid is king of the hill. He has the deciding vote during the summit, thanks, among others, to me.
Is that why he dumped you in this dungeon?
This, Witcher, is a little misunderstanding.
Lembrando que esse jogo é de 2010. Cada vez eu tô mais impressionado. Cada vez que passa o game, parece que os gráficos estão ficando melhor, velho. Pra um jogo de 2010, velho. 9 anos, mano. 9 anos. E tem jogo que não tem essas texturas ainda.
Did you know from the start that Saskia was a dragon?
Lançou em 2010, então ele deveria ser produzido desde 2007, pelo menos.
Until she fell poisoned and I could examine her thoroughly.
I've seen the list of antidote ingredients. Not a word about the Rose of Remembrance.
Well, we all prefer to have loyal allies. The Rose of Remembrance is
Ou
very
2008,
powerful.
2011.
Even as a she-dragon, Saskia could not resist my spell.
Why don't you summon her? You could use some help now.
Dimeritium blocks all magic, telepathy included.
someone's coming.
Your Majesty.
I've waited long for this meeting. You left Redania so suddenly I had no chance to give you the send-off you so richly deserved.
Ah, é aquele cara lá que a gente não matou.
I fail to understand why I have been arrested. I've done nothing but serve Redania's interests, supporting the rebellion, undermining Henselt, risking my own reputation on your behalf.
I'm no longer the little boy who believed your every word.
Why do you do this, Radovid? I was there at your most trying hours. Without me, you would not be the man you are. I don't understand.
You understand very well.
You conspired against my father Vizimir, and against me. The entire Redanian court once trembled in fear of Philippa Eilhart.
Untrue, sire. You must let me explain. What are your charges, your Majesty?
Ambassador.
Triss Marigold was kind enough to compile a list of persons making up the secret society known as the Lodge of Sorceresses. Some Nilfgaardian sorceresses were members as well,
que ela se encontrou. As quatro minas.
Triss, you're mad!
The Lodge ordered Demaven killed. It ordered Foltest killed. I suspect you played a part in my father's death. And if I released you from the Dimeritium, you'd kill me too. You're finished, Eilhart. There will be a trial, due process, everything as it should be. But know that you shall not wriggle out of this. You shall be convicted of conspiracy, treason, and regicide. They'll rip your flesh from you in bits before they burn you at the stake. Throughout my childhood, I felt your cold stare on the back of my neck. When I issued orders, my subjects would search with their eyes for Philippa Eilhart's gesture of consent. The entire court at Tretogor looked on as you humiliated me. All Redania laughed behind my back. You taught me to look everyone in the eye. Forced them to lower their gaze, do you remember? A king must never show weakness, uncertainty, you said. I've mastered that skill. Yet there is one I could never force to submit. You. You've one chance to shorten your suffering. Admit to everything, here and now in the ambassador's presence. Look me in the eye and repent. Submit. As you wish. Torturer, put out those vile eyes.
You're making a grave error, sire.
Caralho, tirou o olho dela com uma colher. Deixa você tirar o olho de alguém com uma colher. Roupa de uma semana.
We will talk again, witch.
I refused to believe it when they told me Geralt of Rivia was in my dungeon. The Geralt I know wouldn't let himself be captured.
I was really hankering for a tour of your dungeon, sire.
What's so interesting about it?
The guests.
I apologize for the dismal company you're in, Witcher.
Verdade, né? Coloca a Notify também, Isa, pra receber as notificações.
I beg your mercy, not for myself, but for Triss Marigold.
Your friend is now in Ambassador Fitz-Esterland's hands.
Nossa, ele tá com uma cara de cheirador de
Surely
pó.
Shillard won't deny you a small favor, sire.
Forgive me, but I can't be sure that I won't require grander favors from Nilfgaard. The fate of entire nations will be decided in this city. Individuals are irrelevant.
The Nilfgaardian ambassador mentioned an organization of sorceresses. Just so happens I'm interested in the plans of this lodge.
Those plans should interest no one, because the lodge will soon cease to exist. I've nothing against you personally, Witcher, but you've gone from being an uninvited guest to being an awkward witness.
Olha, tá parecendo o David Jones do Gameplay RJ, cabeçudo e o corpo mó magricelo.
I understand I'm in for an extended tour.
You certainly shan't leave here before the summit ends.
I'm flattered, sire, but you overestimate me if you think I could influence it in any way.
Politics is like a complicated puzzle.
Every piece may prove useful, or equally useless, even harmful. A breakthrough awaits us here at Loch Muin, by my hand no less. This will be no second Thaned. Soon, everyone will learn what the Redanian king is capable of. You'll excuse me, but it's time for the summit.
Onde é Notify? Exclamação Notify.
Radovid is capable, but too young.
Tá melhor, Cid?
He has yet to
Tá
understand
parada lá?
that only the dead remain truly silent.
Tá safe?
Because Redania is doing Nilfgaard a favor, I feel obliged to help the king in return.
Cheirador de pó. Eu sempre recebo quando tá streamando. Ah, mas é melhor deixar ativado, né? Agora que liberou essa opção de comando no chat, é sempre bom.
Let Triss go.
That would be foolish. If there truly is a place we go after leaving this Vale of Tears, you'll meet her there soon enough. Allow me to relieve the Redanian executioner.
Exato, só digitar exclamação Spotify. Oh, Spotify não. Notify. Cracolândia como eu sou. Verdade, velho, tá osso.
What favor do you mean? You can tell me. Just like you said, the dead keep their secrets.
That's true, but I prefer to be cautious.
E nem a
I
figurinha.
promise to reveal every last detail as soon as your body is cold. Pity you won't live to see it. Loch Muin's in for a huge surprise. Both the mages and the kings.
Você acha que essas feridas aqui dele, ó, você acha que é de luta? Ele teve com monstros? Lógico que não, mano. Isso aqui são cortes que ele abriu o corpo dele, vendeu rim e o caramba pra comprar pó. E aí, Douglas, exclamação Spotify. Oh, meu Deus, exclamação Notify aí pra receber as notificações sempre.
Nobody likes others to decide for them. That's especially true of kings.
You're dangerous, Witcher, and too independent. In
Não é
time,
nada com esse
Radovid
brilho.
will thank me, and he will
Contraste.
be. Kill him, but beware his sorcery.
Hold him, heart.
Que isso? O que aconteceu, velho? Caralho, o maluco me rasgou da barriga até a cabeça. Low. Eu achei que... Mano, agora eu buguei. Será que não é pra eu ser preso? Eu acho que eu deveria ter usado magia ali. Só que eu, imaginei, tá ligado? Doideira. Tipo, se eu falar com... Sei lá. Agora eu tô em dúvida.
Oh, it's a lovely day today.
Vocês acham que eu tento ir de novo, só que aí eu vou pular todas as conversas, tento soltar a magia lá, ou eu vou pelo calabouço mesmo? O que vocês acham? Caralho, já morri. É, aqui vai ser uma fight boa passar por esse calabouço. Eu vou tentar falar com eles. tentar soltar a magia lá. Se não der, a gente vai pelo calabouço.
How are things?
Eu vou pular tudo.
Anything? This... Well...
Come back for a game sometime.
Ó, nem as missões que a gente pegou aqui salvou.
Renounce magic, I tell you! Shatter your towers and crystal balls! Break your wands and...
I'm Geralt.
Brass.
See...
Pular tudo aqui.
Actually, I'm here because...
I'm no ex...
You're the best swordsmith.
I'm... Take care.
Tell me what...
Peraí que eu fiz merda.
I'm Geralt. On the con...
Aqui a gente já viu tudo, não precisa perder tempo.
Action.
I'm...
Tell...
Take care.
Aí a gente vai falar com esse maluco.
Renounce magic, I tell you! Shatter your towers...
What do you want, Whitey?
Burn your hats! Turn away the...
Ai.
And the bat...
Errei.
The rats!
Nossa.
What's going...
Vou pular tudo aqui. A gente vai ser preso. Pipipi. Vou salvar aqui. Você não pode salvar agora.
You? Here?
Ó, vou salvar aqui. Salvou. A gente não consegue usar nosso colar. Pula.
Rat... is...
I die. Your Majesty.
Pipi, popopó.
Through
Ver se
the
a gente vai
entire...
conseguir usar magia.
You talk.
Ih, mas a gente não vai
Look
conseguir
everyone
usar
in the eye.
magia, né? Porque a gente tá com a mão
Boston.
coisada. Eu acho que não adiantou nada a gente ter vindo até aqui.
Torturer. Put out those...
I refused to believe it when they told me.
Ó, é
I
agora.
was really hankering for a tour of your dungeon, sire.
What's so interesting about it?
Ô, alguém testa o comando aí, eu não sei se tá funcionando já. Exclamação follow age, que ele mostra quanto tempo você segue a página ou algo assim.
Fortunately,
Acho que ainda não
Ironheart
liberou,
won't be
mas
with
vai
us
que né.
much longer.
The Nilfgaardian ambassador mentioned an organization of sorceresses. Just so happens I'm interested in the plans of this lodge.
Those plans should interest no one. I've nothing against...
I beg your mercy.
Your friend is not...
I know.
Forgive me, but I can't be sure that I won't require grander favors from Nilfgaard. The fate of entire
I understand I'm in for an extended tour.
You certainly shan't leave here before the summit ends.
I'm flattered, sire, but you overestimate me if you think I could influence it in any way.
Politics is like a complicated puzzle. Every piece may prove useful.
Mudou a fala?
Or equally useless, even harmful. A breakthrough awaits us here at Lochmuin. By my hand, no less. This will be no second Thaned. Soon, everyone will learn what the Redanian king is capable of. You'll excuse me, but it's time for the summit.
Radovid is capable, but...
Tá funcionando não, pô. É follow age, age de idade. Ah, apareceu ali a exclamação commands. Coloca aí pra ver quais comandos estão funcionando.
Obliged to help the king in return.
What favor do you mean? You can tell me. Just like you said, the dead keep their secrets.
That's true, but I prefer to be cautious. I promise to reveal every last detail as soon as your body is cold. Pity you won't live to see it. Lochmuin's in for a huge surprise. Both the mages and the kings.
Let Triss go.
That would be foolish. If there truly is a place we go after leaving this Vale of Tears, you'll meet her there soon enough. Allow me to relieve the Redanian executioner.
Aí, ó, follow age. Agora esse stickers, não sei o que é. O clipe, provavelmente ele vai fazer um clipe dos 30 segundos anteriores a agora. Esse play, eu acho que vai ser o que eu tô jogando. Vamos ver.
Nobody likes others to decide for
Queime as ataduras com
especially
Igni.
true of kings.
You're dangerous, Witcher, and too independent. In time, Radovid will thank me, and he won't be.
Eu não consigo trocar.
But beware his sorcery.
Hold him, heart.
Você viu que era pra eu queimar minhas ataduras ali. Eu não tinha visto isso. Presta atenção aí, ó. NA Streamer. Bugou. Bugou o game. Eu tenho que ficar com a magia do Igni na mão antes de avançar. Aqui, ó, tem que deixar o Igni. Lá.
Dimer, Your Majesty.
You.
Eu tenho a opção de pular tudo, né?
Torture. I refuse to believe what
Pipipi, popopó.
Radovid is capable, but too young. He has yet to understand.
Eu vi um barulho de estrelas, vocês ouviram? Apareceu estrela pra alguém aí, hein? Tem que pegar as estrelas, mano. Pra mandar pra mim. Ó, agora.
Nobody likes others to decide for them. That's especially true of kings.
You're dangerous, Witcher, and too independent. In time, Radovid will thank me.
Olha lá, tô apertando o quê?
Kill him, but beware his sorcery.
Hold him, heart.
Não foi, velho. Eu tava apertando o que igual retardado. Acho que é o botão esquerdo que tem que apertar, então. Porque o botão... a tecla Q é que você usa magia. Aparentemente é o botão mouse que tem que usar dessa vez. Chato. Vamos nós.
Dimer, Your Majesty. What?
Torch. I refuse to believe. A breath.
Vamos ver.
Radovid.
Nobody likes others to decide for
aqui, ó, a barrinha. Eu não tinha visto. Mano, eu juro. Vocês estão vendo essa barra em cima do pé do cara ali, ó? Eu juro que eu não tinha visto. Eu juro pra vocês que eu não tinha visto essa barra. Tá tudo laranja, não consigo ver. Aí, ó. Agora foi. Brau!
For the Emperor!
Get me out of here!
Eita porra, tirou os dois olhos. E ela tá de boa. Toma aí. Valeu, Izan. Você ganhou ou você comprou? Se você comprou, aí eu vou ser obrigado a te dar um tapão. Agora você apareceu aí no chat, aí beleza.
Was Schiller telling the truth about the lodge, the assassinations?
He said exactly what Radovid wanted to hear. Half-truths, musings stripped of context, which differ very little from lies.
Did Triss take part in all this?
She's clean in those terms. Innocent as a child, but only to a point. I assure you, she has not been honest with you about many other matters.
Why did all this happen? Murdering monarchs, what interests did it serve? I can't fathom.
Help me get out of here and I'll explain all and lift the spell from Saskia. Take these shackles off me and lead me to my house. I beg you. I'll tell you everything. Everything.
Tipo, ela nem tá sofrendo, né?
I didn't track you alone. Yorvith can't wait to see you again.
My death would change little. Yorvith and all like him have no right to judge others.
Comprei, tem saldo grande da Play Store por causa do Google. Sério? Google Rewards? Como funciona essa parada aí? Nunca ouvi falar.
How does the spell work?
Saskia's will and mine are one. She cannot resist me. But fear not. There's no suffering.
Cinquentinha já é quase $1 já,
She
mano.
merely believes me to be the most wonderful person in the world. As if she were in love. You know what's most beautiful? In spite of all this, she seems unchanged. She's retained her charm, her valor, her honor.
Where's Saskia?
When I was arrested, she was with Sheila. They must be on their way to the deliberations by now.
Clock's ticking. Time is of the essence.
Why do you do this? Will you take vengeance on a blind woman?
Shillard said they've got Triss. I have to free her before they put out her eyes, too.
Going to the Nilfgaardian camp is suicide.
And leaving a friend is villainy.
Only I know how to break the spell that holds Saskia. Get me out of here. If I die, she'll remain forever spellbound.
E agora, velho? Eu vou salvar a atriz ou romper o feitiço da Saskia?
All right, but if you're lying to me...
Unbind me and lead the way. We must return through the sewers.
The shackles stay on, and you'll go first.
Shillard will raise the alarm.
No, he won't. We'll be long gone by the time he comes to.
Kill him.
I'm not into murdering unconscious old men. Lead on.
Bom, se der ruim...
No tricks, Phil.
I want to get out of here, and I want to live.
Can you walk? Sure you won't faint on me?
I'll manage. Will you remove my shackles?
The manacles stay on.
Se der ruim e a gente não conseguir salvar a atriz, a gente volta aqui. Caralho. Pera, até seus aposentos. É limpo. Uma pedra aqui. Buguei. Agora eu não sei se é em cima ou se é embaixo. Olha o Whats. Acabei de ver. Ô porra.
came. Who did this to her?
It was Radovid's way of thanking her for the care she provided him when he was a child.
I saw him with his army on his way to the talks, whistling a tune.
Get me out of here!
Shut up, witch! You're alive only because you're still needed.
Philip has promised to help us in exchange for her freedom.
And you believe her?
Know a better way to free Saskia? Got the strength to walk, Eilhart?
I must find it.
What state is Saskia in now?
I've ordered her to carry out Sheila's bidding until I return.
Great. And Sheila will be at the talks?
Yes. She's probably there already, making certain the Lodge's plans do not fall through.
What would you have done if Saskia hadn't been poisoned? If a certain foolish witcher hadn't gathered the potion ingredients?
I would have sought other means, but I couldn't miss that opportunity.
What's Sheila supposed to safeguard?
The restitution of the Council and Conclave, and the creation of a strong, independent state with Saskia as its leader.
With what aim?
As a bulwark. A defense against Nilfgaard. After years of chaos and destruction, the time has come to build. We wish to rule, yes. Where is the fault in that? Everyone wants to rule. And I know how to do that. Better than any other monarch in this city.
You can't hope to win the common folk's trust. Humans will never accept a sorceress queen.
Non-humans won't either, given what that old hag Finderbear has achieved.
They all believe in Saskia. They all trust her. The girl is a born leader, yet she has no political instincts. She's charismatic but not cunning, courageous but not fierce. She is just but lacks the required cruelty.
She is your very opposite.
Perhaps. Together we would be unstoppable.
Did you order Foltest murdered?
No!
Shillard claimed that Triss testified.
Triss doesn't know what she's talking about. The Lodge exists, and Triss has lost our trust. All that is true. But Foltest's assassination, that was not my order.
How do we free Saskia?
I have charmed a dagger with a counterspell. You must thrust it into the she-dragon's heart.
You mean your heart, witch? Do you mock us?
There is no other way. She must be struck with surgical precision. Otherwise the counterspell won't work. All the blade's runes must touch blood, and its point must pierce a chamber of her heart.
We'll need to hold her down somehow.
Hold down a dragon? This is ridiculous. She's lying, Geralt. I don't trust her. Why would she even need this dagger? In a minute we'll hear that she planned to free Saskia herself.
Any time you cast a spell or a curse, you must have a counterspell at the ready. It's a basic rule of magic. I prepared the dagger just before I cast the spell, in case anything went awry.
Faz uma magia, tem que fazer uma contra-magia também.
I don't know many mages who follow it. Where's the dagger?
Overpower.
My quarters. In Geoffrey Monk's former home.
Fazer uma
Inside a
doença.
well-secured
Você
chest.
cria uma doença já com a cura pronta. Pra vender ela. Que é que muitas doenças surgiram assim.
We may encounter monsters, but we'll gain a lot of time.
Keep an eye on her. I'll go ahead.
Pra área farmacêutica ganhar. Cria uma cura e depois cria uma doença.
There's something in there. I avoided this place earlier.
Knowing you, it's probably a damsel in distress. That's all right. I'm not afraid of the glory. Let me check.
Ai, velho. Holy.
What guarantee do I have that you'll set me free?
If your dagger fails to scare perishes from the blow, you'll be... And be assured, it will not be a quick death.
You dream of that, don't you?
This place looks just like the last.
Same stench, too. Wait here.
Já quase fui de base já, mano. Deixa eu tomar uma poção aqui que tá osso, né? Deixa eu ver. Level 33 já. Deixa a vida recuperar um pouquinho. Senão a gente vai morrer. Vou recuperar pelo menos metade da vida.
Damn, you're ugly.
Slow down. I can't keep up this pace. Pain-killing spells require focus and precision. I cannot manage one now.
Die from the pain, then. Rest assured, no one will help you, nor weep for you. Keep
Hoje eu vou
moving.
comprar uma estrela. Não precisa comprar estrela não, mano. Relaxa. Ô Isa, você não me explicou ainda como funciona o Google Rewards. Tipo... Logo menos vai aparecer estrela de graça aí no chat. Só tem que ficar de olho. Ele aparece por 1 minuto e você pega. É de graça, tá ligado? Só que eu acho que precisa ter pelo menos...
Geralt, you best check the room before we enter. I don't like this.
Mas eu acho que precisa ter pelo menos 5 pessoas na live pra isso. Pra começar a aparecer estrela aleatória, tá ligado? Teve gente que já ganhou 500 estrelas e mandou pra mim. Olha que da hora, velho. Escamas de dragão. Notas de Filipa. Vamos ver essas notas de Filipa aqui. Tá, spells.
Wonder how many more will turn up.
Bugou! Ah, desbugou. Ah, legal, não sabia dessa parada. Você vai trabalhar pra responder questionário pra me mandar estrela, né? Brincadeira. Oh, mas eu fiquei impressionado quando o cara recebeu 500 estrelas, velho. Acho que ele assistiu tipo 1 hora da live. Porque tinha bastante gente também no dia.
Is this the chest?
Describe it.
It's heavy, covered in runes. There's a circle and candles on the floor.
Yes, the very chest in which Geoffrey Monk kept his most valuable treasures. The dagger's inside.
How do we bloody open it?
The candles must be lit in a specific order. I figured it out. My notes are downstairs. After that, a simple spell will suffice. Remove my shackles.
Geralt, do you know this ritual?
Only a mage can perform it.
Shut up!
I'll light the candles, then we'll remove the dimeridium.
My bad. Quebre as proteções do cofre, tá? A gente tem que olhar aqui e ver a ordem certa. A primeira é essa. Deixa eu ver. Segunda, terceira, quarta. Mas qual das três tá certo? Será que as 3 vezes que a gente tem que fazer? Pode ser. Tem que abrir 3 vezes então, é isso?
Wrong sequence.
Try again.
Wrong sequence. Eu testei a primeira. É, pode ser das 3, uma só tá certa. Deixa eu upar aqui meu level rapidão. Me respeita. Vou testar essa aqui do meio, vai. Qual foi o maior número de pessoas em uma live? Constante? Não. Se for pico, acho que foi 100. Agora constante, tipo, assistindo a live inteira, acho que foi 30. Por umas 4 horas. Mas pico assim, bateu 100, 150 e depois voltou pra 10. Vou testar essa aqui, 1, 2.
Now unshackle me. I'll open the chest with a spell.
Neither of us can utter it.
It's not something you learn in a moment. A trained mage is needed to cast spells. The candles are lit. We need to hurry. Do as I say before I lose consciousness.
Try anything clever and you will die.
Ó, bosta.
Sido Isenduai. You can lift the spell binding her, but she will never be human.
She's more than a dwarf. Someone who restored hope to the Enshay.
She's a monster. If you think she can rule a realm of humans and elves herself...
Face it, Devian!
You'll suffer the consequences of your foolishness.
Look out, Geralt! Ah!
Ela não soltou porra nenhuma, ela invocou. Vagabunda, né? Mano, onde a gente tá?
You're on your own! I can't help you! Shit, you stink.
Ai, velho. Eu não consigo me mexer.
Let that count. You're on your own. I can't help you. Look out! Let that count.
Oh.
You're on your own. I can't help you. Look out!
Oh.
Let that count.
How many more can there be?
Meu Deus, quase morri.
Amazing fight, Gwynblade. Get the dagger and let's get out of here.
Let's hope this blade will do the trick.
A strange weapon. Never seen anything like it. I hope it works. Too bad Eilhart won't tell us anything more.
Keep in mind that the other sorceresses are here. Philippa may inform Sheila.
Or command the dragon.
I won't be surprised if I'm forced to fight Saskia. Confused by spells, she won't understand we want to help her.
You're probably right.
Ela vai achar que a gente quer matar ela com a adaga, mas na real a gente quer usar a adaga pra curar ela. Se aquela vagabunda lá chamar ela.
Philippa will be far away by now. She was in pain. Let's hope that kept her honest.
She's bound to recover quickly and promptly return to conspiring.
She's out of the game for now. Time to join the talks.
I'll go ahead and see what we can expect.
Ok, contrato das gárgulas. Aprenda mais sobre as gárgulas. Encontre poderoso Numa e aceite seu desafio. Vamos derrotar esse cara aqui então. Só tem mutagênico merda, velho. Pior que não tem nem como eu sair daqui, né? Ah, tem sim. Ah, no final a gente saiu aqui.
Greetings.
Vou salvar, né? Antes que eu esqueça.
It's a brazen attack.
Greetings. Nice place.
Many thanks for the compliment. Welcome to the Eternal Fire.
Kitchen open day and night?
It's not that kind of fire. The Eternal Fire is the light of truth. the hearth of a true community. Only in the eternal fire beneath the sign of this clan can we burn witches all day and man his fellow man.
Não tem nada. Vamos guardar. Pô, vamos vender essas paradas, né, na real. Um monte de coisa aqui que a gente nem vai usar. Tipo isso, 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 isso. Agora a gente guarda esses. Eu vendi. Ai meu Deus, eu vendi sem querer. Ah não, tá certo, tá certo. Eu achei que tinha vendido, velho. Só pra guardar.
This would never happen if the Conclave still existed.
And if Grandma had a moustache, she'd be a
don't want anything to do with
I'm so annoyed.
Aqui não tem ninguém pra falar.
Oh, I'm so annoyed.
Ali já falamos com ele. Bom, vamos. Vamos fazer isso aqui, fazer a expedição.
Oh, it's a lovely day today.
Tá mais fácil do que o chefão de ontem. É. Ele foi os... Ai! Vou ter que usar uma essência da morte aqui, velho, pra não ser envenenado. Vou tomar 2 poções aqui, deixa eu meditar. A gente toma uma andorinha. Também. Resistência a veneno, porque você viu que eles dão muito veneno, velho. Cadê? Pô. Cadê? Resistência a envenenamento. Angus. Cadê? A gente bebe uma dela e uma andorinha. Só não entendi essa barra de eletricidade. O que eu tenho que fazer? Eu não sei como uma expedição no porão. Nem é aqui, aparentemente. Eu não entendi se eu tenho que destruir isso mesmo ou não. Ó, ela ficou dourada. Eu não sei se eu tenho que encher essa barra ou não. Essa é a minha dúvida. Ó, ficou dourado. Azul, sei lá. Opa! Ah, ó, tem uma ordem certa, ó. Agora os dois ficaram azul. Deixa eu recuperar minha energia e minha vida ali. Acho que tem uma ordem certa pra ativar. Ó, agora eu errei a ordem, ó, e os dois sumiram. Então é esse. Esse. Ah, eu acho que acabou minha energia. Ó, erramos a ordem. Ah, então acho que deve começar por esse. Esse, ali e ali. Não, acho que esse aqui é o último, então. Esses dois, eles não ficam. Vou tentar por aqui. Não sei mais que ordem eu tento. Aí, ó. Esses dois não ativam por algum motivo. Aí quando eu erro, ele apaga. Sei lá, eu vou deixar ligado aqui os dois que acende e vou ali na missão.
We've broken through in the right spot.
Quiet.
Stand ready. He killed Vanamar.
And many other mages. I know who he is, Cynthia.
In the same city as Philippa, and you didn't even bother to change your name. That takes balls.
Philippa's out of the picture. She's been arrested.
And I was supposed to die, but I didn't. Grave error.
I'll make you a deal.
You don't get it. You turned Triss into a cold stone. I'm having a hard time trying to figure out why I shouldn't turn you into a cold corpse.
She is alive and well. We decompressed her successfully. There were no complications.
And the interrogation after she was decompressed? Because you did interrogate her.
I personally supervised it. We presented the tools, gave her a few bruises, and that sufficed to get her to talk.
Tools? A few bruises? You really don't want to leave this crypt alive.
If we're to die, we'll do so proudly, serving the Emperor. But I think that unlikely. Contrary to what they say, You're no murderer. Triss told me so.
Got anything else to tell me?
Just one thing. I've supervised dozens of interrogations. All subjects talk sooner or later. That's an old truth. Though some resist longer than others. Triss Merigold did not resist at all. She grew pale at the mere sight of the saws, hooks, and needles. She was prepared to talk before the interrogation began.
What did she tell you?
I will not betray the Emperor.
What did Triss tell you?
Please.
Me falhou.
Well, well. Another mage. What did she tell you?
I will not betray the Emperor.
I'm no good at interrogating others.
Ufa, ainda bem que deu pra escolher a
Or
outra.
I'll cut your hands off.
The Lodge of Sorceresses. We know its members. Margarita Loantil, Francesca Findabert, Fringilla Vigo.
Skip it. I'm not interested.
The assassinations of the kings. Philippa and Sheila de Thansarville commissioned them.
What else?
I don't know anymore. The subject needed to recover after the first session.
Pra quem não sabe, a atriz é a nossa ruivinha, a namorada dele. Tá desde o primeiro.
How can I get into the Nilfgaardian camp?
There's one entrance. Beyond it, a long, heavily guarded corridor. You can't hope to sneak in. Renwald Matson chose the spot specifically to avoid being surprised.
Where are you holding Triss?
At the back of the camp, beneath a ruined building.
You're gonna help me free her.
Not likely. You're better off killing me now. You've no idea what the Emperor's intelligence apparatus does to turncoats.
Why are you here?
We suspect Der Henner's laboratory may contain documents and books that could be useful to the Imperial Academy of Science.
That wasn't even close to funny. You're lying.
We don't know what's inside. Der Henner was a talented man, but also an eccentric.
What do you hope to find?
That's confidential. I cannot tell you. Regardless, we need your help. The laboratory lies beneath the Redanian camp, which we cannot penetrate above ground. We want to get there through the sewers, but can't manage it without a capable swordsman.
Any deals we make will not be on your terms.
Hear me out.
So be it.
Witcher, help me complete my mission. Help me open Der Henner's laboratory.
What'll you give me?
I've read the intelligence reports. I know your past. There are things in there, important things you don't remember.
I could force you to tell me.
I don't think so. Will you torture me? We both know you couldn't.
Fine. I'll help you open the laboratory.
In exchange, I'll tell you all I can. Do we have a deal?
Yeah. One more thing.
We made a deal.
I'm even faster with my sword. No tricks.
Are we likely to encounter drowners? Or a related species? Perhaps other monsters?
That is how this world's built. Sewers are infested with monsters.
Verdade, né? Falando nisso, no The Witcher 1 a gente pegava vários fish tech pra vender. E mesmo eles falando de fish tech no The Witcher 2, a gente não encontrou nenhum. É porque eu acho que eles sabiam que fish tech era a forma de ganhar muito dinheiro no jogo. Tava muito OP. Aí tiraram isso. Vocês viram que a barra de energia ali ainda tá cheia? O que será que acontece quando ela encher tudo, mano? Eu não sei se é uma coisa boa ou ruim.
Ghouls? No.
Ai, caralho. Nossa. Que isso? Me hit kill dos malucos. Caralho, eu tô tão fraco assim, não é possível, mano. Seja tão fraco assim.
Are we likely to encounter drowners? Or related species? Perhaps other monsters?
That is how this world's built. Sewers are infested with monsters.
Vou pegar tudo de novo aqui, que não salvou.
We must return one day to explore
crypts
the
are
entire
reasonable
town.
for expedition.
Mage's crypts customarily have multiple
Those
levels.
tombs date from the dynasty. Ghouls! No, just yourself now.
Mano, o lugar é muito pequeno pra eu lutar aqui, velho. Vou ter que ficar atrás deles e deixar eles tipo, matarem, tá ligado? É muito pequeno pra eu lutar ali sozinho.
These crypts are reason enough for another expedition. Did you see the inscriptions? Those tombs date from the Ervil dynasty. Ghouls! No, just bloodfalls.
Impressão minha ou todo mundo morreu? Ah tá, os dois estão ali atrás. Caralho, tô precisando de muita poção andorinha dessa vez, hein? Vou fazer outras aqui. Nossa, bosta. Eu acho que a gente não vai terminar hoje ainda esse game. Caralho, muito grande, velho. Deixa eles lutando aí que eu só vou pegar resto.
I'm impressed.
I've kept my end of the bargain. I hope you'll keep yours.
Be sure of it.
Quanto mutagênico, nossa. Caralho. Deixa vir, mano, não vou entrar aí não. Muito pequeno pra lutar aí.
Come on!
Mano, muito pequeno vai entrar aí. A impressão minha, agora, se eu sair daqui a vida deles regenera? Não, não regenera não. Tem que jogar aqui, já que eles não atravessam a porta. A outra bugou aqui. Ó, um já morreu ali quase. Ah, é adrenalina. É a minha skill isso aqui, não tem nada a ver com aquele poder lá. É a minha passiva. Quando eu encho eu posso executar alguém instantaneamente. Como eu ia saber, nunca tinha usado. Tá muito escuro minha webcam? Ó, só falta a gente dar uma olhada nesse lado e aqui. Aí a gente vai lá pra missão.
How many more can there be?
Não tem nada aqui. Só ir pra missão. Tô com dor de cabeça, acho que já vou ter que parar.
I haven't fought in a while. I find it a nice break from all that.
I've no right to run around sewers. What we're looking for, anyway? Some graves, I heard.
Graves? So maybe there is something in this for us.
Shut your traps. Want the sergeant to hear? We'd be in deep shite. But here's a good idea.
We've got company.
Redanian bastards.
Tem aqui. Dá pra subir ali?
The entrance must be somewhere here.
If our experts are to be trusted.
Der Henner dabbled in illusions, among other things.
He also experimented heavily with golems.
Golems with the power of speech,
Charada
supposedly.
das Pedras, não
They
sei
know
também,
nothing
deve
of
ser alguma outra
poetry,
missão.
Will you two shut up?
Yes, it's an illusion. I found a weak spot. Stand back. Later, later and Lorne, Lisa and Lorne, later, dear!
At times I'm caught. You can get my kind of feat. Though I have no needles, they say I am piercing. What am I?
Careful with the answer. It could be a trap.
Typical of dear Henner. He was a genius with a penchant for mischievous jokes, like a child.
So a couple of adults, purported experts, should have no problem solving this.
Indeed, it's trivial. The answer is pain.
Incorrect.
No!
No! Impossible! So many years of research together. Why did we ever embark on this? Imagine the books, the potions.
We must go on.
Let's get this over with quickly.
I'm seen to fly, described as hard. I can be your currency and heal all wounds, but not many things can stand my test.
What do you think? Just keep it serious this time. We don't need another corpse.
I think it's a feather. Lifted high into the air by the wind, it can appear to fly.
I was a mistress of riddles at the age of 10, but I've never heard of feather money or of fluff being a test of anything. The sun might work.
It appears to fly, can be punishing. It's minted on Nilfgaardian florins, and surviving it in the Korath Desert is a man's ultimate test. Fits nicely. But what if it's death? A metaphor for death.
Master Farid reveals his poetic soul. Touching. Too bad all the solutions are unlikely.
What do you suggest? Time? The Redanian eagle? A toothless vampire? Perhaps the Witcher has a better idea.
Time.
Correct.
Caralho!
Rather well so far.
Not for everybody.
De primeira, moleque. Porque ele falou, o tempo voa, mas é difícil de... Tipo, voa, mas é difícil de parar, é uma parada assim. Aí, pra mim, falou, o tempo voa, né? E foi. Caralho, de cagada, mano. Eu falei, vou ter que ir uma por uma, e dando restart até... E bugou. Ai, caralho, bugou. Os caras me bugou, mano. Os bonecos me bugaram, velho. Tem que dar restart. Só porque eu não queria dar... Carregar o game, vou ter que carregar o game.
It's going rather well so far.
Not for everybody.
Ah, velho, assim é osso, né? Esse cara tá bugando todo mundo. Ninguém consegue entrar por causa desse maluco.
It's going rather well so far.
Not for everybody.
Olha lá, o cara não deixa ninguém entrar. Pera, que missão que a gente tá fazendo? Ai, filho. Aí, desbuguei. Pô. Tem que dar uns empurrão às vezes. Só eu que tô bugado, velho. Ah, não, mano. Para com isso. Mano. Ah, amei.
Someone's been here recently.
I cannot hope to finish the research alone.
Essas calças aqui tô quase full. Deve ser tudo calça bosta, quer ver?
Well, well, the competition's here. Kill them!
They must have descended straight from their quarter.
Let a Nordling.
Another guardian. Later, Elorn. Lisa Elorn, later, dear! It's reacting to my spell.
Olha. Deve ter alguma coisa a ver com o negócio ali. Tesouros lendários.
Too bad about Gaspar.
A group of travelers wandering through the dark. 3 guides above them, so 3 were marked. At night they trailed a drake serpentine and a silver lady shining and fine. If only her visage she would deign to unfold. By day they followed a mountain vault, its riches untold.
Did I hear someone complain about the riddles being too easy?
Let's think this through. There are 9 alcoves, a fresco in each. That's 3 groups of 3 frescoes.
The riddle mentions 3 guides above the travellers. We must examine the frescoes, seek answers there.
I'll advise you about the riddle, but I will not take part in disarming the device. I've got a bad feeling about this.
What do you think of the first verse?
I would say it describes a serpentine dragon swallowing its own tail, which represents infinity and thus time. The hourglass likewise symbolises time. In this case, the time of the traveller's journey.
I believe it's the dragon constellation. It would be visible at night. What's more, sources on alchemy invariably portray dragons as winged, and as an accomplished alchemist, Gehenna would also be a competent astrologer. The verse must refer to the constellation.
In alchemy, the winged serpentine dragon represents prime matter, an essential component in the process of alchemical transformation. The verse seems to indicate the allegory illustrating that transformation.
What? Coloque 2 companheiros nos discos corretos. Bom, 3 viajantes. Será que são esses 2 aqui? Mas também pode ser o dragão.
A group of at night.
What do you think of the second verse?
To my mind, it speaks of the white rose, symbol of the order of the flaming rose. You see, the fresco itself resembles a coat of arms, and in heraldry, silver is rendered as white. So the silver lady and white rose are one and the same.
I think it describes the full moon. In alchemy, the moon represents both silver as a metal and the feminine element.
The order remains largely unknown in the south, so the white rose seems unlikely. Every Nilfgaardian, on the other hand, has heard of the Imperial Nausicaa Brigade, which has the Death's Head as its symbol. The brigade's name is female, and they say death follows the unit. So the Silver Lady could very well be Nausicaa or the Death's Head.
Tá bugado.
What do you say to the third verse?
It describes the precipice, the ravine amidst mountains. An ancient rule in alchemy states, as above, so below. The vault is the ravine into which the riches of the mountain flow.
We must read the third line literally. To me, it suggests the Mahakam Mountains and its mines, from which dwarves and gnomes extract many ores that are invaluable to alchemists. Those mountains are a vault in and of themselves.
The verse is not literal. In many legends, towers are in fact vaults, which the hero must penetrate in order to rescue an imprisoned princess or find a long-concealed magic item. The mountain vault is the tower.
Olha lá, eu seleciono e tipo buga.
Let's see if we can solve this. Take your places.
Count me out. I want to live.
As you will.
Ué, mas eles estão indo nos símbolos.
I cannot hope to finish the research alone.
Ah, eu tenho que fazer o terceiro. Ih, caralho.
We must try another combination.
Pelo menos a gente não morreu, né? Sei que eu preciso ir dar um cagão.
Too bad about Gaspar.
A group of
Take your place.
Count.
Ih, eles... Ah, eu que escolho onde eles vão... Nossa, eu vou ver isso depois, então. Achei que eles escolheram um lugar aleatório pra cá. Ah, então eles não é que bugou. Voltou o quê? Como assim? A live tinha caído? Nossa, então não é que bugou. Eu escolho pra onde cada um vai.
We must try another combination.
Tá, eu vou pausar aqui que eu tô ficando com dor de cabeça. Depois eu olho na internet. Eu tô com preguiça, mano. Sério, eu tô com preguiça de pensar essa combinação aí. Acho que se eu ler os livros aqui... Depois eu vejo a combinação certa e aí eu volto aqui. Eu tô ficando... Meu pescoço tá voltando a doer, então eu vou aproveitar pra descansar. Acho que lá pras 10 horas eu volto. Quantas horas de live eu fiz? 2 horas de live. A charada... Mano, essa charada aí... Sei não, vou ter que ir na internet, porque eu tô com preguiça de pensar. Depois eu volto aí. Mano, eu quero muito testar esse game e esse game. Principalmente esse aqui. Acho que eu vou quando eu voltar eu vou testar esse game aqui. Ele parece ser muito legal. Eu vou mostrar um trailer dele. Parece legalzinho de jogar. Só pra dar uma relaxada, uma descontraída. polícia contra civil. Tipo manifestação, tá ligado? Eu só não sei se a gente é a polícia ou se a gente é os civis. Eu tô achando. Eu acho que se pá dá pra jogar dos dois lados, é isso? Caralho, sentaram um pau. Mas parece ser legalzinho, tipo, pra passar o tempo, tá ligado? Oh! Caralho, são os molotov. Civil unrest. Civis. Unrest é tipo não preso. Legal, legal. Então vamos jogar como civil. Tá, até daqui a pouco aí a gente testa esse game só pra passar o tempo.